Are you a real witch? Come on, are you really a witch? If you have ever wondered whether you are doing it right, you felt unsure about your calling as a witch, maybe you're feeling uncomfortable about actually calling yourself a witch or doubting your magical abilities, this episode is for you. We're going to explore what it really means to step into your magical self, the challenges that you're going to find as a beginner, or even challenges if you've been on the path for a while, that are actually holding you back and that hold many witches back, and some practical ways that you can start embodying your true witch identity. And by the end, you're going to have the tools, the exercises, and the inspiration to then step confidently into your witch self, confidently into your power, confidently into who you truly are. My name is Sandra. I've been a witch now for over 35 years. I am the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path, and I have been helping witches release blocks and embrace their personal power and step into their lives filled with joy, love, and creativity now since around 2015. Now, I work with witches and spiritually curious people as well to help them build the confidence in their magical practice, in their magical abilities, and to feel empowered in their practice and create the life aligned with who they truly are. And I use a lot of different methods to help them do this. And one of the key things that helps people step into who they truly are is shifting their identity from who they think they are or who they've been into the identity you know deep down inside you truly are and want to be, but you haven't been allowing yourself to express. We are talking about something every witch struggles with at some point: claiming your witch identity. Now, when I first started exploring witchcraft, I didn't really think too much about whether I was a witch or not. I was pretty confident that I was a witch simply because I was practicing witchcraft. Yet I have taught witches and I've been in groups with other witches, particularly people who are new to the craft, who often feel like they're a fraud, that they're not really a witch. Maybe they've gone through a period where their magic hasn't been working, or they just feel that they're not witchy enough because they don't fit the stereotype of a witch. Now, I do tapping a lot with other witches these days to help them overcome the doubts and the fears. And when they tap away their doubts, inhibitions, and their old identity of not being good enough, the magic actually does start to work. But this is because they have to shift into the identity of the person who actually is having what it is that they want to have. They have to fully realize who and what they are and be in the right frequency to be able to receive what they're wanting to receive. So this means that some people will actually change their desires. They may realize they actually want something different. What they thought they wanted wasn't what they wanted at all. While others find that, things start to begin to actually open up for them because they're really tuning into what it truly is. But the key is claiming your witch identity isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about stepping into who you are, trusting yourself and giving yourself permission to be magical. Understanding that you're going to have ups and downs. Sometimes you're going to be feeling great and really empowered and really into your witch and everything is going to be working out perfectly for you, and you're going to have other times when you start to doubt yourself, when things aren't working so well. We ebb and we flow as we're getting used to this new identity. So it's perfectly normal to have good days and bad days, or even good and bad days on the same day. So just take a moment to reflect just for a minute. Have you ever doubted yourself as a witch? What stops you from fully claiming your magical identity? So hold on to that thought because we're going to explore it together. But before we do, if you are feeling ready to truly step into your witch identity, but you aren't sure where to start, I do have a free masterclass called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. And this will help you find the right starting point for your personal magical journey, overcome the self-doubt and fear, and be confident in knowing this is where I'm starting. I can focus on this for a while. I don't have to learn everything all at once. There's plenty of time for me to learn everything. It's designed to actually help you feel inspired, ready to take action, and supported. So you can sign up via the link below this video in the description field, or you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. So let's have a look at understanding your witchy identity. So what does it actually mean to claim your witch identity? Essentially, it is about aligning your sense of self with your magical potential. Magic isn't something you have to prove. You don't have to prove it to anybody. It's a part of who you are. And if you're struggling with magic, it's generally because you're identifying as being somebody who can't have what it is that you want to have through magic. Your identity shapes your reality. So how you see yourself as a witch influences your confidence, and it influences your magical flow. So it basically influences your witch power. So pay attention to your thoughts and beliefs about yourself. Are they empowering or are they limiting you? And just have a real good think about that. Now, when you're first starting the craft, it's quite normal to compare yourself with other people, to doubt yourself, to doubt your abilities, to feel uncertain. That's very, very normal. The difference is whether you acknowledge these feelings without letting them define you. How long are you going to define yourself as a newbie witch? When are you actually going to be the witch you always were? It's not like you're new to the craft. You might be new to maybe the concepts. You might be new to the practices in this lifetime, but you've probably been a witch in past lives. You're just coming back to who you truly are in this one. You don't need elaborate spells. Small, consistent actions are actually what's going to help you embody your magical self. Spells don't have to be complicated. They can be really simple. You can start by lighting a candle with intention. And by intention, I mean, what is it you're actually wanting to achieve? What are you doing the magic for? Do you want something? Do you want to experience something? What is it that you're wanting? And by intention, I don't just mean thinking about it or wishful thinking. I mean, use your imagination to actually put yourself in the position as if you've already experienced it. And a way to help you with that is to say to yourself, what would it feel like to have whatever it is you want? If you want the love of your life to walk into your life, ask yourself, what would it feel like to be in love and have the love of my life love me back, for us to be going out doing things? What would that feel like? And indulge in your imagination as if you've already experienced it. You can journal these magical experiences too. Write them down as you're imagining it and then read it back to yourself. You can use affirmations, but affirmations really only work if you are embodying them. So not just saying them over and over and over again, but actually feeling them, embodying them as you say them. And just performing small, meaningful rituals, doing a daily practice where you set up a sacred space around yourself and your practice. You might invite the god and goddess in or deity of choice. Meditate and focus on what your beliefs are about yourself and your practice. Also look at your goals. What do you want to achieve in your practice? Why on earth are you doing your practice? That's probably the first thing to really think about. Why am I attracted to the craft? What makes me think that I'm a witch? What makes me think that this path is the path for me? What do you feel in your body when you explore the witchcraft path? What does it feel like? Is it a feeling of coming home? Is it a feeling of this is me? Because when I first came to witchcraft, that's what it was. It was like, this is true. This is me. This is what the truth is. This is what I really am. And it really felt like coming home, and not just coming home to practices like connecting to nature and connecting to deity and magic. It was connecting back to myself again. Like, this is who I always was forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. I just somehow had forgotten. And that is the witch within you, the true witch within you. And no one can take that away. And no one can say to you, you're not a witch, if you feel that deep down inside. So here's a quick way that you can really embrace and claim your witch identity. So if you just sit comfortably, close your eyes, and take a nice deep breath in and let it out nice and slowly. And in your imagination, imagine the version of yourself who fully embraces their magical identity. How are you standing? What are you doing? Are you in a circle? Are you communing with a deity? Are you commanding the elements? What are you doing in this visualization, in this imagination? And just notice how that version of you is moving, how they're speaking and carrying themselves. Now, this is you watching another version of you at the moment, so you're separate from them, and just observe them, watch them. And then when you're ready, go and step into them, so that you now move and speak and carry yourself the same way they do. Now, you may have to practice this a lot to feel comfortable with it. It may feel really uncomfortable at first. And as you are moving and speaking and carrying yourself as this version of you, this witch version of you, just say to yourself, I am a witch. I am a magical person. Feel those words resonate in your body. And then just reflect on one small action that you can take today to align with this version of you, this empowered version of you. It could be lighting a candle every morning and writing in your journal, or connecting to the god and goddess, meditating, trusting your intuition. One small action that you can take. It's a really simple exercise, but it's actually incredibly powerful. And if you do this exercise of stepping into that version of you every day and try to stay in that version of you for 3 to 5 minutes every day, you will notice a change will start to happen. And it's a change that you don't have to force. It's a change that actually naturally starts to happen. Now, many beginners do face a lot of similar challenges when it comes to identity shifting, and that is comparing yourself with others. Look, everyone's got a unique path. You focus on you, your growth. You don't have to dress like a lot of witches dress. You don't have to wear the heavy makeup if you don't want to. It really depends on you. You know, some people love the dressing up and the makeup. Other people aren't into it at all. Some people are halfway in between. That's fine. You do you. Whatever helps you feel connected and powerful at the time, you do it. So if it means dressing up and wearing makeup, if that helps you feel more empowered, go for it. If you just aren't interested in that, then you don't need that either. Do whatever it is that you need to do for you that helps you feel empowered. Don't do what other people are doing just because you think that's what you should do. If you resonate with it, take it on. If not, find your own thing. The fear of not being enough is also a common challenge with anything really, particularly with the craft. So you can counter this with the affirmations and those daily practices of stepping into yourself and saying to yourself, I am enough, and feeling into what being enough actually feels like. Use your imagination there too. Of course, there's the overwhelm with all of the information out there, and that's why I have the masterclass, How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice, so that you don't have the overwhelm. You can just go, okay, this is what we need to know, and this is how I can pace myself along the way. So you start small, you start with one thing, and you do that, and stick with that for about a month, and then try the next thing and the next thing and build on it. There's often a lot of doubt in one's ability when they first come to the craft as well. Look, magic is about focus. It is about connection. It is about feeling as if you've already received what you want. It's about being able to live in the end result. It's about using your imagination to imagine you are experiencing something you're not experiencing in so-called reality at the time. So for example, if I'm wanting to live in a beautiful home overlooking the ocean and I'm sitting in a house I'm not particularly wanting to live in or whatever, I'm looking out the window. Maybe in reality, I might be looking out the window at my neighbors, okay? What I really want to be looking at is the ocean. So when I look out the window at the neighbors, I'm imagining I'm looking out the window at the ocean. And every time I look out that window, I see the ocean, not the neighbors. That is magic. That is what spellcasting is all about. And this is a journey. It's not a race. You just need those small, consistent steps to create that lasting transformation. Now, I was talking before about overwhelm. So if you are ready to overcome all of these challenges and fully step into your power without having to figure out how to do it all yourself, I do invite you to the Mystery Witch School or 101 Academy. This program helps beginners and also experienced witches alike build a confident, empowered, magical practice and move past the self-doubt and the overwhelm. You'll learn all of the things you need to learn to be a witch, to do magic, the practical rituals, the exercises to strengthen your witch identity, your energy work, magical work, working with deities, how to connect with the deities and work with them so that they're your allies, and have the support and the lessons and the community of like-minded witches to help you every step along the way so that you can fully step into your magical self. There's a link in the description field below this video for how you can sign up for the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, and you can also find it on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, claiming your witch identity is a total journey. It is a journey. It's not a destination. Enjoy the journey. Don't try to get there. Enjoy the journey. It is a process. It's not an outcome. And just reflect on this. What is one small action you can take this week to fully step into your witch self? It could be enrolling in the Mystery Witch School 101 Academy. So I'd love to hear what your experiences are. So share your thoughts and stories in the description field below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for supporting the channel. Your magic is real, your path is valid, and you are a witch in your own unique way. Blessed be.